You know, it's going to be impossible to do this segment without, at some point, keep using the term. You know, when I was a kid, we went out for hours. Our parents didn't know where we were, and we were fine. Utah is about to pass a free-range parenting law. It would be the first state in the U.S. to pass a law. Parents would not be prosecuted for allowing their children of appropriate age to do things like walk to school by themselves, go to the store alone, play outside unsupervised. We've heard of helicopter parenting. Are you ready for free-range parenting? The folks from Today's Parent are doing some interesting research on this right now. And this is definitely, I'm already lit with a whole bunch of comments on Twitter about when I was a kid right now. What sparked this debate with Today's Parent?
Well, I think it's been going on for a long time, this struggle between like wanting to be protective of your kids and knowing that you need to leave them alone a bit to gain independence. I think this is sort of one of the key problems in parenting, really, and it never goes away. I mean, you know, I can't imagine not being anxious about my kids, but it's also sort of become clear that our anxiety about our children is harming them.
I wanted to get into this so quick, I didn't even introduce you. Stephen Marche and Sasha Emmons right now. Sasha, you know, we want the best for our kids. We don't want them abducted. We don't want them hit by a car accidentally walking into the street.
Well, I think that's when you become a parent, you have more love in your life than you ever had before, and then you also have more to lose. And it's really a paralyzing thing to realize when you become a parent, like, I must do everything that I possibly can to protect this child. But I think the reason why this is kind of coming to a head now, you know, we're seeing, as we said, we see the freedom that we had when we were kids versus what our kids now have now, and we're beginning to see the effect of that. And the effect is tons of anxiety among children, you know, kids going to high school and college, not really prepared to look after themselves, not really prepared to deal with teachers or deal with consequences. And so I think we're really beginning to see it, and then we have to begin to look at, well, how did we get here?
Now, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm going to prep my Twitter. I'm going to go on Periscope when we're done this, because there's just so much to talk about. We can't just do it in the short time that we have here on air. So go to @KevinFrankish on Twitter, and we'll continue. We'll take some of your questions live and some of your comments. I think more people are commenting than anything else. This is something parents feel passionately about.
Yeah, well, I think, you know, you feel like there is this great social pressure around this stuff that I think people really experience as quite toxic, because it is toxic, because it's not healthy for the kids, it's not healthy for the parents. And I mean, to me, it's partly like, it's about changing your attitude towards parenting, where maybe parenting isn't like, your kid isn't a project that you're trying to get an A on in tests, or like your piano lesson that you're trying to ace, but maybe like a relationship where you're trying to create a human being and know a human being and have a human being know you, right?
When I was a kid, sorry, Sasha, I had to do it. The playground I went to was rusty, had metal sheer edges, the slide was sort of teetering, things like that. Now playgrounds are padded.
Yeah.
All the merry-go-rounds are gone. The high slides are gone. For a while, they took swings out of some parks.
Yeah.
But now we're seeing some playgrounds, though, that are starting to add a little bit more risk to them.
Yeah, so there's this movement toward adventure playgrounds to really let kids experience some risk. You're right. We try to mitigate all of the risk in playgrounds. You know, heaven forbid a kid break their arm or have something happen. But when we don't let our kids experience any risk, they don't learn to navigate risk. And so there's this whole movement toward these adventure playgrounds. Stephen, in his piece in Today's Parent, wrote about this amazing playground in Governor's Island in New York. And, you know, kids get messy. Parents are banned from being nearby. They get messy. There are sharp edges in places. And kids are so drawn to it. They just, to have that experience, to have that unstructured play without anyone telling them, don't get too close, that's dangerous, don't climb too high, is such an amazing experience for them.
Hold that thought, Steve. Yeah. We're going to continue on right now. So go to @KevinFrankish on Twitter. We're live right now. I want to get your comments. I want to get your thoughts as well. And Steve's thought in just a moment. We were just talking about the playgrounds. You're going to want to see that. So 6:27 right now. Go get Today's Parent or go to todaysparent.com for more information. The issue is out right now. So off to Twitter now. We'll continue this conversation on free-range parenting.